ahead of the Lok Sabha elections, is there any room to bring down the fuel prices, which could have a huge impact? Let's go across to my colleague Sakshi Bajaj for more on this.
Well, that's right. Is there room to cut fuel rates? Well, as per a latest ICRA report, oil marketing companies are seeing improved margins. Lower retail fuel rates are likely if crude rates remain stable. Now, OMCs are witnessing a net realization higher of ₹11 per litre for petrol and higher by around ₹6 per litre for diesel, as per this report. Now, this essentially means prices excluding taxes are higher than international fuel rates at the moment. However, to decode this further, we have Girishkumar Kadam, Senior Vice President, Corporate Ratings at ICRA, joining us. Thank you for joining us, sir. We'd like to begin by asking you, how did you conduct this study?
So, we have come out with our estimates on marketing margins for the OMCs, and what we are saying is the marketing margin available for petrol is about ₹11 a litre, and for diesel is about ₹6 a litre. And that's healthy marketing margins currently for the OMCs, thanks to the moderation in the crude price levels that we have seen over the last 3 to 4 months, and also the moderation in the crack spreads for gas oil and the gasoline that we have seen. Essentially, the marketing margin estimate is nothing but the difference between the net realization which is available to OMCs and the international product price. The net realization available to OMCs is actually calculated by subtracting the duties, I mean the excise duty, the VAT and the dealer's commission, from the retail selling price. So what we are saying here in our report is there is a headroom now which is available for the OMCs for downward revision in the auto fuels, given the fact that the marketing margins have improved over the last 3 to 4 month period.
Okay, so for all the consumers and viewers watching at home, by when do you think we should anticipate a fuel rate cut essentially then?
So, what we are highlighting here is thanks to the improved marketing margins for the OMCs, there is a headroom which is available for the price cut in the auto fuels. Difficult to comment in terms of the timeline because that is something which is at the discretion of the government. The point that we are highlighting here is now there is a headroom basis the stability in the crude price levels that we have seen, and subject to the crude price levels remaining at about $80 per barrel. So this is the environment that we are talking of, where there is a headroom for some kind of price cut for the OMCs as far as the auto fuels are concerned.
All right, so as per your report then, there is enough headroom to immediately slash fuel rates. Is that what we should understand?
Yeah, so that's again I'm saying that it will be difficult to comment on a timeline per se. What we can only comment is on the marketing margin levels for the OMCs, which is also leading to sort of healthy levels of profitability for the OMCs. And these margins have shown considerable improvement over the last 4 months because the retail selling prices for the auto fuels have been unchanged since May 2022, and all depend, and this again the marketing margin will be a function of how the crude oil price levels behave, how the product spreads for the gas oils and the gasoline behave internationally. And the current environment has been favorable for the OMCs, which is also resulting better profitability in the first half of the current fiscal. In fact, the aggregate profitability at the EBITDA level for the OMCs is about 90,000 odd crore, vis-a-vis the loss levels that were reported by the OMCs at about 14,000 odd crore on a YOY basis. So certainly, on a profitability level, OMCs are on a relatively better footing.
Okay, so your outlook on crude rates and fuel prices going forward then?
We expect the crude price levels to remain range bound between $80 and $85 per barrel, around $82 per barrel over the next 3 to 6 months. And this is given the fact that there has been concerns on the demand front, especially from the China. which is why we have seen this kind of moderation in the crack spreads and also, some kind of a moderation in the crude price levels as well. And this is despite, the tightening in the oil supply in the global market, with some kind of a supply cuts happening from OPEC. So, given the geopolitical context and the overall demand, perspective for the oils across the regions, we expect the crude oil, price levels to remain range bound at around $80-82 per barrel over the next 6 months. And as far as the auto fuel pricing scenario is concerned, from our side, it will be difficult to comment on when it can happen in terms of the cut, because that is something which is at the discretion of the government.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your insights. Well, that's a wrap on really crude rates and fuel prices. Back to you, Ankit, for other news.